Please join me in pledging.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America.
Thank you very much. This is the regular Ranchester Town Council meeting, May 2nd, 2023. We do have a quorum. Approval of the agenda as published.
I would so move.
Moved by Jeff, second by Tracy to approve the agenda as published. Any comments? All in favor? Aye. That carries. Approval of the minutes for the April 18th, 2023 meeting. Jessica, moved. Okay. Tracy seconded to approve the minutes to April 18th, 2023. Any more comments? Any comments? All in favor? Aye. Carries. Public comments. Yes. Zach.
Start with me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Would you please?
Mr. Mayor, council people, thank you for taking time to listen to me. I know I wasn't on the minutes and I appreciate coming up as a guest. I am the branch manager of the Ranchester Library right down the hall. And I would like to thank you for your continued support. Not every library gets the kind of support that the town of Ranchester has shown to us, and we really appreciate it. It's not just the funding that you've been graciously giving to us all this time. It's the little things, the town crew coming to help us out, the support from Mayor Peter himself. We really appreciate all that you have done for us. With your donations up until now, we have been blessed and able to provide many books to children throughout the county, specifically the Ranchester and Dayton area. We were even able to have the Friends of the Library come out and hand out books with us over the summer, and we really appreciate that. We were also able to replace the book cart that we use to accept our returns. The box itself is doing just fine. No construction vehicle has ran that over yet or fallen over. Unfortunately, the cart inside was starting to get a little worn down. And using some of your donation from last year, we were able to replace the carts and better protect the items that the community returns back to us. Alongside that, getting funding for children is pretty easy. Getting funding for adults is much harder. And we were able to replace and reinforce our large print section with your assistance. And we much appreciate that. It gets harder to read as we get older, and a large print growth does a lot towards allowing people to continue a hobby and the enjoyment they get from reading. And we really appreciate all of your assistance with that.
Well, thank you very much. And
Thank you.
so we see the library as really a valuable asset to the valley, the entire valley, not just Ranchester, but more happy to use what we can to support it, especially since like libraries and librarians are kind of under siege lately, so we're more willing to help kids out.
Yes, it doesn't feel like something that Ranchester has to worry about with the support that this community has given us. And we really appreciate it.
Well, thank you, Zach. Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Sure. Do you have anything for us?
I don't have anything unless you have any questions.
No, I don't. Okay. Okay, moving on to old business, second reading of ordinance 303, amend 2-5-100, or regular meeting schedule. Is there any comments on that?
No, I would move to approve on second reading ordinance 303 amendment to ordinance 2-5-100 of regular meetings.
It's been moved to second. Any more discussion? Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Motion carries on the second reading. New business. Melvin Smith, Bernie, and Robin. I have to be very Robin with you.
Robin is the hub on Smith. Let's be honest. So I'll just quickly, I just want to say again, thank you for your support support of the Hub on Smith this year. Your funding goes directly to help the programs that Robin does out here in the valley. And we couldn't do it without the support of the town of Ranchester. So thank you. Peter knows some of this. He came to us. Sorry, Mayor Clark. We're very official. We are currently working on our 5-year strategic plan, and we just had a community partner listening session where it was generous enough to take some time and come and share with us. And so that's exciting. We'll see what the next 5 years brings. It's also our 50th anniversary this year, so we're going to be doing some celebrating throughout the year, talking about where we've been in the last 50 and where we're going in the next 50. So it's very exciting. But overall, the hub is still very busy. Currently, just around the county, we serve about 450 to 500 meals on wheels or home delivered meals every day, plus probably 80 to 100 congregate meals. So we're feeding a lot of our people. We have our health at home services. Currently, we have about 125 clients receiving those. A few of them are out here, and we're just trying to take care of our aging community. We're all aging. So I'll turn it over to Robin to talk a little bit more about some of the local things, but just on behalf of the board and leadership of the hub, thank you for your continued support. We greatly appreciate it.
Well, currently, we do not have a transportation set up. In the past, we've had a Goose Creek Transit van that comes out, and it hasn't been feeling well lately, so we are driving a smaller vehicle, but it's delivering our meals, and that's what counts. In the future, we hope to replace a vehicle out here. So if we do have the need to transport any valley residents into town, we can do that. As Meredith said, we do have the Help at Home program, and I don't know exactly how many clients we have out here.
It varies.
It's up and down, but I know they do a really good job, and the people really appreciate what we do for them. We serve congregate meals Monday through Friday at noon. It's the Dayton Community Center, and we average, it's hard to tell, depends on what day it is. We have anywhere from 12 to 22. So that's great. We have one of our friends over there bakes birthday cakes, and if she knows it's somebody's birthday, she wants to know what kind of cake they like. And if they like chocolate, she'll make a chocolate cake, but not everybody likes chocolate cake. So she might make a spice cake or whatever. And so we ask our meal patrons, when's your birthday? And we'll get you a cake. We average about 15 daily home delivered meals, and the majority of them are in Ranchester. Several of them get 2 meals at lunch, so they have supper, and some get a frozen meal, so they have something to eat on the weekends. Personally, I love to come over here and do the parade of lights. I'm never lit up like some of those other garish floats, but we have a lot of fun, and that's one of my priorities of, being in Ranchester as well as the big. And we can, go out to Parkman, but at this point, we don't have any clients out there. But we do have people come in to eat from Parkman. So if you have any questions, this is my card. And that's my my phone number on there. So if you want, Meals on Wheels for anybody, help at home services. We have a really good dementia-friendly group going. So, give me a call and send people my way, because that's what we are here for. And even if you're not old, like some people imply.
I didn't say old.
Older.
If we're all your age.
If you come in with a ticket, you qualify for a free meal.
Randy qualifies.
Go for Richard Roberts.
I'm not gonna say it. So does anybody have any questions they would like to ask?
I'm just curious, I worked at the 10 years ago as a Vista volunteer at the senior center. We visited the sites around the counties and stuff like that. The meals vary by the menu, you know, which certain menus brought out the most people. So
Yes.
Yeah. And what we do is we keep track of how many meals we serve, and then we try to guess. And like shrimp, we'll have 20, 25 people. Meatloaf is a big draw,
Spaghetti.
chili. Yes,
pork wings still?
we haven't had pork wings.
That was a big draw.
Yes.
I didn't know pork and wings. They taste fly.
I don't know where they find them in Sheridan, but they have had.
I don't know.
But, you know, check out our menus that's posted on whatever channel that is on the TV, in the newspaper. We'd love to have you come and eat with us.
Robin,
Yes.
just one thing that I'd like to mention is that, we're gonna be doing some work on our budget. Just make sure that if there's a need for, you know, improvement with the budget, let us know about
Thank
that.
you.
Because I think that's a very important service you guys provide.
It is. Our biggest need right now is a vehicle, but it is being worked on. One of the issues, if we go through Goose Creek Transit, it has to be handicap accessible, which is like overkill for what we need, because it's like an $80,000 van with lifts and wheelchairs and all that.
Just put a wrench on it, wrench it off.
But we will keep you in mind. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much. We do really appreciate you. So, thank you. Yeah, thank you much. Okay, moving right along, we have an application for a new microbrewery license. What's it called? Microbrewery license, and Ever Brewing LLC is applied for it. We have representatives from here, so Chris. So, this requires a public hearing, and I'll open the public hearing at 6:43. So, anybody have any comments? Do you have any comments that you guys want to make about it? Yay, nay? You don't have to. I mean, just say.
No, I'll just kind of give a rundown of like who we are, and my name is Christian Winston. I'm one of the partners. This is David Wheeler. He's another partner, and this is our master brewer, DJ Rayline. You know, we're kind of just here to confirm the rumors that, you know, we're looking at hopefully doing a brewery here in town. We appreciate your patience on the construction of the building. It's taking a little bit longer than expected, but we're getting there. The lights at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. Really what we're interested in is just kind of seeing if you have any questions for us, from the general brewing process to, you know, how we're going to handle some of the materials that we have in house, how we're going to, you know, work with the community and do, you know, collaborations and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm just interested in any questions that you guys have, and one of the three of us will answer. Any questions?
Maybe just a functional question as far as the waste streams that come out of the brewery and ultimately land up in our lagoons. Curious if you looked at what effect that might have.
Yes, sir. So everything that we put in, all our byproducts, most of our byproducts, like our grains or hops or yeast, go try to find local ranchers, eat their livestock with. There will be little amounts that go down. Our chemicals will all be neutralized
after the cleaning process before they go down.
So we'll basically filter most of our grains and hops out of the system, and we'll potentially provide those to people in the community that want food service free of charge. There's a few things that we have to go through there and kind of cover ourselves from that standpoint. But yeah, the idea is we've already actually worked with the wastewater treatment plant and had discussions with them, and we're aware of like COD and BOD requirements or limitations, and so we're working with them currently to make sure we meet those.
Do they know what the procedure is legally to apply for the?
No, that's what this is.
Yeah.
I mean, they do, on a brewery license, they got to go to the federal level. It's waiting on us.
Yeah.
No, we just issued the license, what's been approved by state and reviewed by the state.
And we can do that now.
We can.
Okay.
It's, yeah. They've advertised and then all the legal requirements. Right now.
Are you gonna be serving any food?
So, yeah, the answer is yes at this point. We have a pretty good idea of what we think the menu is going to be, but we don't really want to commit to that necessarily at this point. So, yeah, we feel like that's an appropriate thing and benefits the community, and we're actually looking forward to providing that service. So, yeah.
Great.
I know it's a big thing for Ranchester, the community in general. Yeah.
Any more questions? Okay, I'll close the public hearing at 6:46. So I'll entertain a motion to approve the brewery permit. Randy move.
I'll second.
Randy, second by Jeff, to approve the permit. Any more discussion? Any more?
Make a question for the record. I'm assuming we have a liquor license available.
Yeah, it's a brewery.
Brewery.
We don't have any, we have plenty of.
That's not.
Just wanted that on the record.
Yeah, no, yeah.
That's kind of where my question was.
Yeah.
Going to allude to eventually.
This is why we created the ordinance. The brewery license.
Just wanted to capture it on the record.
And those one of those things that have kind of been moving target the last couple of years to respect how you, especially bar and grills. So it's been moved and seconded. More discussion? More discussion? More discussion? All there? Aye. Carries. Yeah, that's it.
Awesome, thank you.
Sign the paperwork.
Pay the invoice.
Yeah.
Checks in the mail. Thank you very much. You guys don't have to stay any longer. I'm sorry. That's all right. I'm not offended with the definitely. Well, not really, am I?
We're committing to be a part of this community. That's sort of very well going on.
Okay. Under mayor's report, the only thing I have is Connor Park is open in our campus back.
Oh,
He came back yesterday. So
Mr. Mann.
Huh?
Mr. Mann.
That was his
Mhm.
and last night it was Gary. He's already packed. Sorry, seven camp.
had a dog.
Huh?
Had a dog with it.
Yeah. Mhm. That's a good thing. That's a good thing. That worked out real well last year. So we're glad to have him back. Yeah. It makes one of the.
You needed the cow corn.
Mhm. Mhm. Engineering. Engineering?
Mayor and council, couple things I want to touch on engineer's report. Things are pretty close the same, except with, on the TR pathway, the construction portion of it, we're gonna meet with, YDOT in June. Just they're coming down to do their site visit, do a statement of intent, they're coming down and meeting with everybody and seeing kind of what's going on. So we're gonna meet with them in the middle of June, and also on the level and water study. Obviously, the notice of proceed was issued, that's been on here for a little bit. I'll be meeting with Dowell and Jay Smith with the Wyoming Water Development next Monday. I'm assuming in the afternoon, not sure yet, whenever Jay gets up here, we'll get together, sit down and move forward with that. Everything else on here is pretty straightforward. Stone Ridge Meadows Phase 3, had a meeting with those guys today, this morning. They're moving along, trying to get everything dried out up there. Obviously, some of it's super muddy. We did go dig down in a few spots and it's wet down about 2 foot, so they're kind of on the fence of what they're gonna do there, trying to get that dried out, so. Just gonna see what the weather brings with that. With the bridge project, I'm sure there's some pouring concrete today, so moving along, hopefully that all goes well. Get the bridge open, hopefully sooner than later, so. With that, does anybody have any questions on?
No, when you drive by the construction project out here on the other side of the school, looks like there's somebody standing all the time.
Investigate. I don't know.
I don't know what it is, but it looks weird.
Well, I guess I'd be the first one to brought it up, so.
Wait a second, Mike.
They probably just put it up, just
Maybe.
to give people a look.
Thank you.
Thank you. Spencer, is that his dog training? Well, he can't, he didn't have a report.
No,
Okay. Nothing that I know of. Substantial. Special committee report, Timber Valley Joint Powers Board's next meeting is May 18th, 6 p.m. here in Ranchester Town Hall. Anything from the fire department?
Maybe just a safety share, responded to a structure fire out of the county. The resident had a heat lamp on a lamp, so it tipped over and ultimately caught the floor on fire. And they were keeping chickens in a room to keep it warm. Well, house was still okay, so smoke damage, but just be careful. Maybe not put a heat lamp on a lamp. Probably not the best idea. But other than that, everything's going well. We did replace the drive line in our structure truck. It was out of balance, causing some problems, so got that replaced.
The pump's operational though.
Pump is operational. The only thing that you got to replace on it is primer pump for sucking and grafting, which we don't do a lot of. So that's on order.
Okay. Thank you, Joe. Approval of treasurer's report.
there's no changes on the investments. I didn't print those out this time. And I moved money last time from express bill pay, so that's all been moved now into the general fund.
And move to approve the treasurer's report as presented.
Moved by Jeff, second by Tracy, to approve treasurer's report as presented. Any more discussion? Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Carries. Approval of bills. I didn't see any. There's nothing really outstanding, unusual on this one. That you're not aware of.
What about a scrubber? That like somebody you hire and scrub?
Looks like a-
Sounds like something, actually, it sounds like something to be in a brewery. Probiotic scrubber.
I'll make a motion to approve bills in the amount of $69,122.77.
A second.
Moved by Jessica, second by Amy, to approve the bill. All in favor? Aye. Payroll?
I'll move to approve payroll of $15,479.42.
Moved by Randy, second by Tracy, to approve payroll. Any more discussion? All in favor? Aye. Randy.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Second, to adjourn. All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye.